Our Trailblazers Courtside continues, and I ask you, who, if for those watching on television and on Trailblazers.com, which picture is of the younger individual? That's what I want to ask you.
Well, I don't know about younger, but better looking is definitely to my right. I guess that would be left on the TV screen.
It all depends on what angle that you.
Neither one.
The gentleman in the blue shirt. You're saying?
Yes.
I think the gentleman in the blue shirt looks younger too.
That's what I'm saying. Looks younger, more handsome, more distinguished.
So you're saying that gentleman is getting better with age, is what you're saying?
He's defying logic right now.
That's right.
Amazing.
And he's here on set with us right now, turning 85 years young yesterday, the mayor of Rip City, Bill Schonely, and it was a big-time ceremony party at your tap room in the building tonight, which I'm sure was well attended. And, we were talking earlier about getting older gracefully and defying age, and so we'd like some tips from you on how best to do that, because we're not even positive we're going to get to 85, but if we could approach it, how could we do it with the grace, dignity, style that you have done it?
Well, years ago, I started to take Ponce de Leon pills.
Oh.
The gentleman from Florida years ago. But they finally ran out of those pills. But I've made it to 85. I really can't believe that. I didn't do anything really different. I tried to watch myself and all those things, but I involved myself in my work, and for the most part, for coming up to 45 years, it's been this franchise. And prior to that, Major League Baseball, the University of Washington Huskies, the Seattle Totems of the Western Hockey League, AAA baseball, you name it, roller derby, and that was good. I mean, I did it all. I just thoroughly enjoyed broadcasting and doing the play-by-play. That was my thing. And here I are, at 85 and still going.
Well, not just still going, but vibrant, Sean. And to me, I look at you, and what stands out to me, every time I see you, you've got a handshake and a smile. And to me, those are the two big keys to longevity in this world.
Thanks, Tone, very, very much. You never know who you are broadcasting to, radio, television, and I cherish those times to say hello to those people as best I can, because they're out there, and they're those are the folks that are the majority who listen to all of you and myself, and you are the person. They take you for granted. You're telling the story, and I just love to tell that story.
There are a lot of folks that I'm sure have reached out to you over the last few days, knowing that it was your birthday. Your Facebook page has been flooded. I'm sure you've gotten tons of phone calls. We have an individual that wanted to step in and wish a happy birthday to you on the air right now. So if you'd go ahead with a birthday greeting to Sean, sir.
Rip City, baby! Hey, Sean, I love coming out at a game and getting my hug from you. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you very, very much. I can't recognize the voice.
Coach Stotts.
You still can't.
Oh, my goodness.
How many
Terry, I forgive you.
How many guys do you hug before a game?
Oh, no, that doesn't narrow it down, unfortunately. It was the Rip City impression. He was trying to get over that.
Don't you got to see him before he comes out? He hugs everybody. I used to think I was special, and then I started paying attention.
I'm embarrassed, Terry. I'm sorry about that.
No problem. Hey, happy birthday. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. Coming from you, and I sent you a message a few days ago. I'm glad you're still with us, and I know you're going to do one heck of a job. Next year is going to be better than the previous year. I just know it.
Well, I do too. But you know what? This is not about me. This is about today is your day. And the city of Portland has been very blessed to have you be part of the fabric of the community for all these years. And it wouldn't be Rip City without you, that's for sure.
Well, Terry, thank you very much. You're very kind. I appreciate that.
Coach, you anticipate?
Have you already had your party, or is the party over?
I came. I'm lucky to be here. It was a great group, and we had a great time. Mr. Harry Glickman came down, and I was very honored for that. And I don't know, we must have had couple of hundred people that showed up at Schonely's place.
Brought some cake home, I see.
I brought some. Oh my gosh, yes. This is some.
They brought
birthday
this cake for
for us.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, for me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, for you. I was going to say.
It won't make it past me, baby. Well, there's chocolate and vanilla.
Oh, my.
Well, I'd like to know I was very disappointed that I couldn't make it. I'm out of town, and I was very disappointed that I could not make the celebration. But I was with you in spirit.
I understand, Terry. Thank you very much, and enjoy your time off for a while, and we'll get rolling pretty quick. And before you know it, it'll be another year.
It will be. It will be. But listen, enjoy the rest of the show. I'll see you down the line. Thank you very much for that voicemail you left me. It meant a lot to me, and looking forward to the summer and then starting it up in September.
You got it. Thanks, Coach, very much.
Coach,
All right,
Coach,
take
thanks
care.
for checking
Happy
in.
birthday.
Oh, that was very nice.
There you go. There
Oh,
you
my
go.
goodness.
We always like little surprises.
Not as
Pretty
nice
good.
as this cake, though.
Not as nice as cake.
Yeah.
What would you expect for Sean's?
It's good for you.
Yeah.
They went all
I
in.
know it's not wrapped like it really should be, but
Listen, it wasn't matter. All the
I
wrapping
cut a
was-
couple of pieces off.
I was going to say,
threw it
I don't think that's bothering him, Sean. I don't
Listen.
sense any hesitation in digging in.
Wrapping is like lingerie. It just gets in the way.
Sean, you've said that all these years, haven't
Love
you?
it. Yes, that's true. It's a true statement.
We wanted. I don't know how we can follow up that or Coach Stotts, but there was someone who set up that surprise for Sean's that has been with him for a long, long time, and we want to bring in on the captain's cam the one and only Captain Rich Patterson because he wanted to give a special birthday greeting to you as well, Sean. So there's the cap.
Well,
Okay.
the one thing that I've told Sean's this before, but just want to put it out for public, how honored I've been to be able to work with Sean's for all these years. And Sean's knows this. I grew up listening to Sean's. I started when I was 9 years old. First game I listened to was in 1971. Bill Smith, who was a big center for the team, went down with an injury that night. Why I remember that, I don't know. But I was glued to every game. These are years when the Blazers would win 18, 21, 27 games. And I'd be glued to the radio from the first minute of pregame to postgame. And I feel so blessed and fortunate to be able to not only work with Sean's but call him a friend. I kind of equate it to a kid that maybe listened to the Beatles growing up and ended up growing up and working on an album with Paul McCartney. And that's the way I kind of feel with being able to work with Sean's. Idolizing him as a kid and being able to live the dream and be with him and work with him all these years, and to this day still be able to call him a friend.
There aren't many people, Sean, that have been around almost as long as you with the franchise, and Rich is one of those.
It's Rich has been with me for a long, long time. I told the folks over there earlier tonight that gathered, and they wanted me to say a few words. And I started back when Harry Glickman hired me in 1970 when I was up in Seattle and did all those things, Major League Baseball, the Seattle Pilots right at the end, and Husky football and all the other things that I was involved in. And then he found out I didn't go to Milwaukee. The Pilots became the Milwaukee Brewers.
Mm-hmm.
I had a chance to go to Milwaukee, but I decided to stay in Seattle. Things were pretty good at that time. And Harry and I got together, and we knew one another from the old Western Hockey League games, or the league. And he had the Portland Buckaroos, and I was doing the Seattle Totems. So he called me, and I came down from Seattle to Portland, and we had a little meeting. We lasted about 5 or 6 minutes. We shook hands. And that was coming up to 45 years ago. And as it turned out, I just thought about this not too long ago. But right now, other than Harry, and Harry's retired, and he was there tonight, and he's coming along. He had the stroke and everything. God bless him. But I'm the only guy left that was on the active payroll in 1970
Wow.
and the active payroll today. I don't know how to describe it, but that's happened. I've gone through it all. I could write another book.
You could.
You should.
Yes, Cap. Yeah.
I better.
It says, we are Rip City. And when I saw this today, I thought a great shirt would be to say, he is Rip City, and have a
Yes.
picture of Sean's right here. I think that could be a huge seller.
Well, it'll be true as well. It'll be, and we've talked about this, Sean's, about the fact. In fact, I just had a gentleman that has or will be interviewing you about a whole article on the renaissance, the rebirth, and probably the growth of Rip City to heights that even maybe you couldn't have foreseen that it would get to with the way the organization has brought it back into play now. And one of the things I said to him was, I said, it really has become, it started out as a description of a swish of a basket, but now it really is. It can be a noun, an adverb, a verb, an adjective. I mean, it really could be anything now. And it really has become a phenomenon. It really has.
It has, and I am absolutely overwhelmed that it has grown to such proportions. I'm very pleased. I'm overwhelmed, and that's what it is right now. Rip City means something good, and I'm proud of that.
Well, that's the big key is when you hear that term, especially if you're a Blazer fan, when you hit Rip City, it lightens the heart. It makes you feel like this team is back to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, Shans, the movie It's a Wonderful Life, of course, was an opportunity for somebody to get an idea of what their life might have been like had they not been around, who would have been affected by it. But it's rare when you get a chance to see the influence and impact that you have on people while you are still around. And it's interesting that you get to meet generations of Blazer fans that maybe they grew up listening to you now, and now their sons and their daughters and the grandkids, everybody understands and is kind of taught in the history of the Blazers. They're taught what it means because you are the history of the Blazers.
I get that most every day. Somewhere along the line, somebody will tell me that the grandkids are now listening to you, and we have to tell them this and that and so forth. That's very gratifying, and I wear this championship ringtone, and I want to stick around till they get another one. But
it's
they
on the
better
horizon.
hurry up.
I'll tell you what, Shans, it's on the horizon, and I know that you are equated with not just the Trailblazers, but as we've talked about, Rip City means so much to this city, and you brought that to this city, and we all appreciate it.
Thank you very, very much. That's very nice.
Shans, it's interesting. I mean, I go back to, and I was from a generation that, like so many Blazer fans, when you were in your heyday in the formation of the great years of this franchise, TV was a rarity to have a game on television.
It was
radio.
radio.
And radio was
Radio.
it. And there were so many. And I always tell people, that the art of play-by-play is a radio medium.
Correct.
I mean, if you want to do it and you want to experience it, because the joy of being able to describe what you can't see and have somebody hopefully be able to see what you do, and one of the reasons when I had a chance to look into the Trailblazers job, one of the reasons why this job always was so prestigious was because of everything you made it in the years that you started it as a radio medium, and you went over to TV for a while, and you figured out pretty quickly radio was more fun. I know that.
Radio was my. I got a face for radio.
No, that's not why. But play-by-play, what you do best in describing, that's what radio is, and so I think people should understand that the reason why this organization, the reason why Blazer Broadcasting became what it did over the years, is because of what you made it over those years.
Much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. We tried, and look what happened. I've created a monster.
It's the right kind of monster.
It's the right kind of monster.
So what are you going to do for the next 85 now?
I don't know. I'm going to do the same thing. I want to stick around till I can't do it anymore. I love what I do now. It's time for somebody else to do all the play-by-play, but I enjoy working with our clients, our sponsors, the fans, going out in the community and doing my thing, still traveling around the state and talking about this great franchise that's been a life for me, for heaven's sake, coming up 45 years, let alone all I did in the past. This is it, and I'm going to continue to do it as long as I can.
Well, we had talked about one of the reasons why you look as young as you do is, and there's always a saying that people only really grow old if they stop living, and you haven't stopped living. I don't think you've stopped living for a moment, and in fact, you're probably living more than you ever have.
I know one of these days is going to hit me, but until that time, I'm going.
Full bore. I like it. I love it. It's the way to do it. Until it hits me, I'm going.
That's exactly right.
Sean, thank you for coming in. I know this has been a culmination of a few days. I hope you make it a birthday month. I mean, you really should. I mean, just the start of things.
Oh, that's all right. We had a great time tonight. What's going on tomorrow?
Absolutely. I was going to say it's the first of many parties, hopefully, because there's a lot of people that would like to extend well wishes, and we're happy you included us on the list. So
thank you.
A happy 85th to the mayor of Rip City, our Blazers founding broadcaster, ambassador, and still going strong today, Mr. Bill Schonely.